Welcome to Castle Studios. My name is KG. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a vocal chain that me and a client came up with to give him a unique sound that may be different from what you typically hear on normal R&B records or rap albums and stuff like that. So let's take a look. Here's what we got. A vibe was our whole main thing, so we were trying to capture the vibe and create a certain feeling whenever we were doing this. So it starts off here in my hook bus. I'm doing a little bit of compression with the RVox, one of my go-to plugins. I always use it. Doing a little bit compression, actually it's kind of a lot of it, but there you go. Then I go EQ. It doesn't matter if you EQ before or after compressors. I don't care what anybody says. I do both, whatever sounds good. It might tell you that there's only one way, they're lying to you. Right here, I got some dynamic EQ going. And I got a low shelf coming through to kind of help tame some more low frequencies coming in while I even have this going in through here. I personally like to do the dynamic EQs over just straight cutting because when you cut, it changes the whole tone and personality of the actual instrument, vocal, whatever it may be. Sometimes you may want that, but for vocals, I don't. I want to maintain who that person is, and I just want to control the frequencies. Right, and then more control, got some compression going. This is kind of a lot of compression. Typically, I do a little bit of compression in series, but for this one, again, we're doing something a little bit different. So here's how much compression I gotta go. But when the song gets going, it'll hit like 5 dB of compression, which is kind of a lot for me in my standards on one plugin itself. And then after the compressor, I control some S's with the Waves de-esser, very standard there. And then right here, I'm doing more control. You have Pro and B. I'm boosting highs and I'm boosting lows, but I'm also maintaining them, right? So. Again, I just want to control and accentuate what I wanted to hear and what we're after. And I felt like this setting right here gave us exactly what we were looking for on that. Pro and B, by the way, is a fantastic plugin. Highly recommended. Then I have a Pultec plugin going through here. And I'm boosting 100 Hertz, 3 dB, boosting 5K, 4 dB. With it. Got it. You probably can't hear the difference over the actual YouTube itself, but just give it a try sometime and you'll hear the difference. 100 dB on the Pultec makes it a little bit more smooth. If you notice on my EQ, I've cut 100 dB out, but the Pultecs have a nice rounder sound to it, so I like to use Pultecs to give me that 100 dB back. So I cut it out and I put it back in, but with a different tone. And again, I usually don't use this many plugins. It's a little bit ridiculous, but it got us there where we wanted to get. I got S1 imager going. I'm narrowing the vocals just a little bit. To keep this to get out of the way of some of the other ambient sounds I have going around. I was grateful enough to actually have stems for the song, so I was able to put things where I wanted them. So my main thing was I wanted to create this whole space. I want the vocals a little bit more centered, but still airy and give you that ambiance. So trim plugin, I do that last on all my buses. So if I have my trim plugin last in my chain, I know that the compression stays the same, everything stays the same. Only thing that's changing is literally just the sound. Just the volume of the track. And then that is fed into my pre-acapella bus, right? First thing on here is Soothe. So what I've going on here, as you heard, there's a lot of effects going on, right? And I'm using this Soothe to really, I have it side chained to my effects bus here, bus 1516. All right, so what that's doing is it's bringing those vocals to the front and not making, even though I have my vocals in parallel, right? But it's bringing those vocals a little bit more to the front. It's ducking out those frequencies that the vocals are at and just letting the ones peek through around his vocals itself. So I have that side chain used as a feature. I have it mixed at 90%, cause I still wanna kind of have that normal tone going in. Mag EQ4, the airband is fantastic. There's nothing more to say besides that. Use the airband, 20 kilohertz, it's crazy. Just a little bit will do, especially on vocals. And I'm doing a little bit more EQ that I've heard. Run off some low sub that it's probably not there, but it just sounded better without it. So if it sounds good, it is good. All right, another Pultec. Again, boosting some more 100. And then I'm doing the mid Pultec here. I'll boost 1.5 kilohertz here. And what that is doing is that's kind of, again, bringing him more to the front, right? I want to do it gradually versus all at one time because I like doing stuff in steps. I like building on it. I can get 10 dB of compression. It might sound like terrible, but if I do it in a series, like 1 here, 2 there, 3 there, it'll let the track breathe a little bit more than if you're smashing it all at the same time. Plus, you get different colors with each plugin or outboard gear you got. All right, so now that is, again, that's gonna feed in to my acapella bus where my effects are going, my vocals are going, everything that has to do with the vocals are going to my acapella bus now. So now I wanna control it again with a little bit of compression. And right here, the needle's not even moving, but I don't want it to move. I want it to barely move whenever it gets heavy and hectic and crazy, right? So that's just a, safekeeping and also for tone. And then doing again some final EQ here, just slight EQ, nothing big there. Mac EQ4, got that again. And then I noticed whenever we were going through it, we were getting a lot of the S's coming back from the actual effects itself. Whenever I do DS, I don't like to hit more than say 3. You know what I mean? Just to control it again. You don't want a whole bunch. It's gonna sound like it's suffocating and it can't breathe at all. And now I'm going for saturation. So I got tape on it, and that's gonna help it cut through, give it some weight, right? BTM, great plugin, nothing more to say about that. You guys all know about what that is. Decapitator. I have that going in here. I have it smashed pretty heavily. I have the punish knob on, but I have it in parallel, so I have it mixed in there very, very slightly. Got the Neve setting here. I'm also working on tone. Again, a lot of the stuff you're seeing is because we're shaping the tone. Like, he doesn't really sound like this, per se, although he's a fantastic singer, but for this, we were going for something a little bit different. So the main thing here is capturing vibe and shaping his sound. That's why you see so many different plugins that I typically wouldn't use, which was good because it got me out of my comfort zone. I learned quite a bit from this session, and I still use it since then. So right here, shaping the tone, simple tone knob, one a little bit darker, he's too bright, coming in. And then Soothe, just again, tame. He has a lot of S's and stuff like that are really, really sharp. His constants are really, really heavy, stuff like that too. I just have a little bit taking the edge off for Soothe. And then finally, my trim plugin, once again. They say they want the vocals louder, boom. I just move right here. I know everything stays the same because it's the last plugin in my chain. So I don't have to worry about, oh, now I'm doing 10 dB of compression. Like, I know I'm doing the same that I said before. He wants vocals louder, vocals are louder. And I can simply fade it down. And mix it back in to where it feels good. Make sure you get in that pocket. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys learned something. If you liked it, hit the like and subscribe button and stay in tune for new content that will be rolling out shortly. Go and click this video right here for what, the next one? The next one will be right here. Click it.